Hey guys, this is What If Deku Was Captain Marvel or had Captain Marvel's powers part 2. Now guys, lately I've been taking a lot of time off, 6, 7, maybe even a week between each videos, but I am going to be frequently starting to record more, plus my new videos, new content I'm making, like type of school fights, reaction videos, and a bunch of other stuff like that. It's taking a lot of time for me to edit, plus school and homework, so I'm going to be slowing down. Normally, like at least twice a week or 3 times a week, you'll get a video out of me. And yeah, even if it's a short or a little quick 15-minute video, you'll get something out of me at least 3 to 2 times a week. Also guys, I might be starting up reaction videos. I've been talking about doing reaction videos on a better quality for a long time. But during Christmas break, maybe December, you'll most likely get a new, a face type of reaction video from me. My last reaction video I did was more of a talk over, not really a reaction video. Couldn't really see my reaction. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoy the video. Hope you guys like the video. Let's just dive right into it. I last left off after Deku would have, been looking up in the stars, telling himself how was he blessed with his power. How was he blessed with this gift? He can finally be the hero he always wanted to be. We switch the next day as Deku is walking to school. As Deku's walking to school, we see a black figure on a nearby building top watching Deku from afar. As the building top figure walks away, basically talking to a mic or some sort of phone or nail tech bot or something on his wrist, as he would have told somebody by the name of Uro, as he tells him that we found the subject. We found him. As he said, Deku's walking down near, basically a couple hallways, and eventually coming to his class. As he opens the door, as he sees the class just be talking. As Aizawa isn't here today, so Deku's kind of confused. But he continues with his walk, and he walks past Mina, as Mina stops him and says, "Hi, how's your day going, Izuku?" As they start to talk to each other and just start to mingle a little bit, as they're interrupted by a couple minutes later by, All Might. As All Might barges into the class, telling the class that I won't be here today, but I am going to be teaching you guys a little bit of combat training, as I was going to be here later on in the day. As Deku was confused, but also kind of, happy about this, as he can test out his strength against other people, other than his, self, other than just training against rocks, trees, and just stuff like that. As we see how Deku is getting ready, as everybody gets ready and gets pumped up for what's going on. As Deku was walking downstairs to the pretty much locker room, as another figure watches him from afar. As this figure is a woman saying that we found him, but we need to work fast. I think the others have found him. As the woman seems to turn invisible. As we see how Deku starts to go down the stairs, faster and faster, just talking to his friends and starting to mingle with Ida. As they get dressed, as Deku gets dressed into his hero costume, as his hero costume is a, replica of not Mon-El, but basically, I think, Captain Marvel's costume from the Marvel Comics. I'll put a picture up right here. This is basically what a suit looks like, but it's a little bit more My Hero Academia type flair to it. So it has like knee and elbow pads with also a type of goggle system on it as well. As Deku gets ready and gets really pumped up for what's about to happen. As everybody gets ready, as Deku gets really fit and really pumped up for what's about to go down. As everybody's told to get ready, as they're all teamed up against each other and with each other, as Deku's teamed up with Ochaku on the same team against Bakugo and Ida. As they get ready. As we see that Deku and Ochaku make a little bit of a plan. As Deku tells Ochaku to stay with him, as they're going to go up the stairs to try to avoid Bakugo, as he knows Bakugo might want to basically thrive away from the plan and actually go downstairs to try to take this on himself before we get to the bomb room. As Ida will probably be more of the calm-headed one, trying to stay up with the bomb room so no one will get it while the other is distracted. As we see that they get on a same type of field of mission as they start to run up the stairs, eventually coming across a hallway where Bakugo is. As they stop in their tracks, trying to sneak away in the other opposite way, but getting stopped by Bakugo spotting them. As Bakugo spots them and rushes towards them as fast as possible, throwing a huge explosion towards Deku, making a smoke cloud or a smoke overlay. As Deku was rushing to the smoke, pushing Bakugo out of the way out of the smoke as he tries to disappear in the smoke. Bakugo throwing another explosion, making a flash of light, being able to see the outline of Deku through the smoke. As he grabs Deku by the back of his head, chucking him through a wall, using the explosion to propel his hand forward, and basically throwing Deku through a concrete pillar wall. Basically throwing him through the wall, and then he hits a concrete pillar. As Deku gets up, as he looks up, as he's kind of pissed off, as he says, "That would have hurt me before." As Bakugo gets pissed off and tells him to shut up, nerd, as he throws a huge explosion towards Deku. Deku dodges it and throwing a mean, furious punch towards Bakugo's ribcage, pushing Bakugo into a nearby pillar, almost knocking him clean out, as Bakugo is a little bit dizzy and woozy now. As Ochako is yelled by Deku to go upstairs and take down Ida as he deals with Bakugo. As she runs upstairs, as we see how Deku looks towards Bakugo and telling him to stay down as he doesn't want to hurt him. As Bakugo gets pissed off and saying, "You're not gonna hurt me, Baku. You're not gonna hurt me, Deku." As he throws a huge explosion towards Deku. As Deku dodges it, grabbing Bakugo's wrist and cracking it in two. As he basically grabs Bakugo's wrist, breaking the gauntlet, cracking it, and basically making it into a piece of rubble on Bakugo's wrist. As Bakugo is in pain, and he basically throws an explosion as the sweat from the gauntlet is dripping out, as that is set on fire or set on, as a huge explosion erupts, almost killing the both of them. As Deku is pushed out of the building, but he starts to stop himself and starts to fly upwards. As everybody is confused and actually kind of impressed that Deku was one of those few people in the quirk world that can fly. As Deku starts to fly through the building. As he tries to grab Bakugo's about to fall down into a nearby pillar he made in the building, as the integrity of the building is almost to like 20%. As Deku grabs Bakugo, as Bakugo, surely from plot armor and plot convenience, isn't dead from that monstrous explosion, but he is badly burnt on his left arm. But Recovery Girl could fix that with enough time, and it'll be brand new, just for plot armor and, plot device. As Bakugo is rushed to Recovery Girl's office and also the hospital, as they're able to fix him up, and nothing permanent is done to his body that involves burns or anything like that. Bakugo's just good. He's just in, a knockout. He's knocked out cold. He's done. He's over. As you see how Deku flies through the building walls, basically cratering through them, eventually coming towards the bomb room and grabbing Ida's foot as he plunges through the floor. As he grabs Ida's foot, throwing him through the ceiling, grabbing Ida from the collar of his suit and dropping him down to the ceiling or the roof of the building, knocking Bakugo out by the sheer force of him hitting the ground. As Bakugo sees this, as he's a little bit losing in and out of consciousness, as he's being rushed out of the building by a gurney or pretty much a stretcher, as he sees Deku on the building flying. As Deku flies down to the building and he lands Superman style on the top of the roof, as he tries to check if Ida's actually okay. As Ida comes out of nowhere, him not being knocked out yet. As he throws a mean Berzuna burst of energy through his leg into Deku's face, knocking Deku off his balance onto the floor. As Deku gets up, as he basically feels this energy as his face starts to glow, like some sort of kinetic energy absorption. Deku looks upwards as Ida throws another kick towards him, as Deku starts to dodge and block majority of the kicks. Eventually one kick going straight to Deku's balls as Deku lands to the ground on his knees, as Deku yells out in pain. As Deku just says, "That's enough, it's enough." As Ida throws another kick towards Deku, but Deku grabbing the kick and ripping off the armor off of Ida's body. As he grabs Ida and starts ripping the armor off, basically Thanos Iron Man style, and eventually knocks out Ida with a huge headbutt. As he flies down through the hole he made when he threw Ida through the ceiling, as he flies down and Ochako grabs the bomb, basically securing the win and making everybody, win, as they win. As you see that Deku and Ida win, as everybody very shocked by the sheer power Deku, exhibited, as they're confused on how powerful really is Deku. As the only thing that was even phased to Deku was his hair was a little bit messy. That was literally it. No blood, no nothing. His suit's a little bit badly burnt or scuffed up, but it wasn't burnt to a point where it would be noticeable. He could put it in a washer, it would be brand new. As we see how Deku walks out of the building, as a few seconds later, the building is told that it's about to collapse, as everybody is rushed out of the way, as the building collapses and some people have to come over to fix it up and clean up the mess. As luckily, All Might is happy that no one was in the building when it collapsed, but he also was very angry towards everybody, towards especially Deku, that he broke a very high value building in the UA campus, but he won't charge Deku's family as he knows his family isn't that, rich. As well, All Might's been in a family similar to Deku's. As he tells Deku not to exhibit that much power again, as he could hurt people around him. As Deku's never really fought or not really used power at full extent towards other human or living beings, like humans or animals. He's only been using his powers against rocks, trees, and other things like that. As we see, Deku is pretty much impressed that he has so much power and that All Might's actually concerned about him. As he knows for a fact, if All Might's concerned, I might be on All Might's level, as Deku thinks of himself that way. As All Might also thinks of himself, as All Might contemplates on maybe, just maybe, I should teach this boy. He has potential. He has my power. He can be maybe even greater than me. As we get switched away from this, a couple hours later, we see that Deku's walking home. Deku's walking home as he hears some sort of rustling in the bushes behind him. He looks around and he starts to wonder what the hell's going on. Out of nowhere, he feels a push. As he's pushing to a nearby van, as he starts to freak out, as he starts to try to punch a hole through the van, but realizes that his power is somehow gone. As he looks around, as he sees little green lights around the room, as they're basically dampening his power somehow. As we see that some sort of woman in a cloak takes off her hood, seeing that there's no head there, but it slowly starts to fill up. Basically, an invisibility quirk is exhibited. As Deku says, "Who the hell are you guys? What did you do to me?" As he's also interrupted by a boy that has some sort of fire quirk, as he says, "Well, we're here to help you, man. Also, we're here to actually tell you a little bit about why you have these powers and why we're here to, save you from the people that want them back." As Deku's confused. As we're gonna leave it up here, guys. So, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys like and subscribe. And as always, guys, have a blessed day. Deuces.